Hey guys, so I thought we'd talk about some of the gear I have here in my studio, some of the more prominent pieces that are kind of cool to show off, and I'll take this opportunity to show them off because Lord knows I spent a ton of time hunting for them, many hours. This guy here is modeled after an old Moog modular. This is by Synthesis Technology out of Texas, an amazing company. And of all the modular companies that I've heard thus far, these guys really have my favorite tones in the modular synths. These modules are modeled after old Moog equipment, but they are not. I mean, they look pretty much the same. And it's a medium-sized system. I mean, if one had the money, you could just build panels and panels for days. But it's also quite a lab experiment. You can get, lost for 5 hours just trying to create one sound. Moving on, these are two ARP 2600 modular synths, even though the modules aren't removable. I mean, they are in the back, you pull the panel out. But the great thing about it is it has patch points, so I can actually run cables from here to guitar effects pedals to anything else that's patchable. As long as it's got patch points, you can piggyback the synthesizers, as opposed to a lot of these others with no patch points, of course. This synthesizer right here is an Oberheim 2-voice, and it is by far, I can easily say, of all the synthesizer manufacturers, the Oberheim series of sound generators has my favorite tone ever, period. I most identify with it. I find it the most gutsy, the most organic, the most warm, richest, spikiest, most aggressive tones, although you can get quite mellow, comforting, warm tones as well. A lot of bass sounds been driven from this. I have an instrumental record under my alias Malibu that I'm just completing, and I'm going to be releasing that somehow to the world. Hopefully you'll hear that in the next year. That's the plan. But this keyboard is used all over that. This guy down here is one of my favorite, hot-rodded grandma organs, as I call them. I was telling you about the Con Electric Band. This instrument, actually, you would have heard on the solo of Creeple People. Through a lot of my effects pedals and so forth, got a sound that I was really proud of. And so we use this keyboard on that song. Now, the funny thing about this instrument is that I only know of 3 others friends have in LA, and none of them work. This keyboard apparently was one of the most poorly constructed that we've ever come across in our vintage gear travels. But that, of course, like many old synths, is one of its merits.